Hello again. Right, so today we are going to be doing some plaster clothing. I'd done a previous video on this on a section which has now been scrapped, so I thought I'd just do another one just to see how I get on really. So I've put some newspaper down to cover most of the track, and I'll try and cover other bits up as I go along. So I'm going to start over in the corner there and do a little section of like a raised piece, almost like a field or something like that. I'm going to do over there, similar to what I did on the previous video of this. So first of all, I've got some newspaper. Which I'm kind of going to scrunch up into balls. Now the beauty of my layout is, as I've made these out of raised ply, once this is done here, done like this, I can reach in underneath and pull all the newspaper out, which is good. It's a bit less of a fire hazard, I guess. If the plaster cloth sinks down a little bit, then I can just add a bit more on top. It's not the end of the world. Notice I haven't painted this section here as yet. I'm kind of undecided what to do with it, to be honest. But that'll do for now. So I'm going to cut a section of plaster cloth now. So just a small piece of done for now. I'm going to chuck it in the water. And I'm just going to lay that on there. And I'll just build it up with some sections like that. Hilly, so we can just add some pieces like this. So I'll carry on with this and then I'll bring you back and see how we've done. Right, so there we go. I've done most of it in the corner. I'm going to let that dry and probably put another layer over the top, which should hopefully fill most of the holes in. I might sort of wipe over it with a dampened paintbrush, which should spread the plaster over the holes as well. So I've actually gone, just move the camera around. I've actually gone all the way along and right up to the far corner there. So we'll let that dry, we'll put another coat of the plaster cloth on, and then we will start adding some colour. So this is a few days later now. I've done a couple of layers of plaster cloth. There's still some holes in it here and there. However, what I'm going to try and do now is I'm going to go over it with this paint. This is really cheap acrylic paint I got for, this was like 99p or something like that. So I'm going to try this, see what it's like, because I don't want to pay £12 for the Woodland Scenic stuff. I think I'm going to try a very small part, maybe down in this gully bit, just neat basically, like this, and I will see what that comes out like. Right, got a 2-inch brush. I'm just going to spread it around. Right, but I can see straight away it doesn't actually go very far, so I think watering it down is going to be the key. So I've now mixed them down with some water, and we'll see what this is like. I'll try just straight on the brush for now. Could probably do with a bit more water. I think that's a bit more like it. I've splattered it all up my sky blue, but that'll come off. Right, I'm going to carry on and do the rest of it, and I'll bring you back when I've done it. Alright, so we started over here in the corner, which I think I applied it maybe a little bit too thick, so it's quite dark, and I've then watered it down, and I've gone all the way along right to the far corner over there. So I've purposely left it patchy in places, like there it got a bit diluted, so it's gone a bit white, in the same here, but I will see how that effect looks with the grass applied. Now, I've said before on this video, or on this channel, that I don't really know what I'm doing, and I've never done grass before. I've never applied any kind of grass, flock, static grass, anything like that. So I will be just diving in at this and having a go. If I really cock it up, then I will rip it up, or I'll just put more plaster cloth over the top of it, and I will try again. But I'm kind of itching to have a go with the static grass, so I'm kind of just going to dive in with it as soon as this paint has dried. The brown paint has dried, so I'm going to have a little go at doing some grass effects. Like I said earlier, just going to have a quick stab at it. If it works, it works. If not, I'll recover it or remove it, and I'll try again. I've never done this before, so it's going to be a learning curve. I've got a growing selection of Woodland Scenics products. As much as I think a lot of their materials are incredibly expensive, for quality from what I've seen, I don't think you can beat their range of these materials. Not sure about the static grasses. I have, what else have I got? Some polyfiber, green stuff. Not really sure if I'm going to use that. It's mainly more for trees and things like that. I have some lichen, which I may or may not use along here. I've also bought some Gauge Master stuff, which the first one, I should say, a lot of this stuff, basically whenever I've ordered something from Hatton's or Rouse of Sheffield or anywhere like that, I always add, like, say, one of these containers on. I just have a look, see what I've got, see what they got in stock, and I'll just add one on the order, just so I've gradually built up a sort of a stock of it. So the Gauge Master stuff, I've got this, which looks a bit fluorescent to me, a bit bright. Might be alright for just sort of highlighting areas, something like that. Looks a bit bright. Also got some darker stuff, Gauge Master stuff, and that's red brown scatter, so that might be alright for some different effects. Right, also while browsing eBay as we do, I have purchased some stuff from Materials. So just other selection of static grasses, so lots of different ones that I can mix in, and even a pre-mixed meadow kind of effect. So I'll have a go with these. I mean, that's 6mm, it might be a bit too long, but yeah, this is kind of what I've been looking forward to in terms of building the model railway. I love the idea of having brilliant scenery. It's not so much about the railway. I think if you can get the scenery fantastic, I think that's what makes a railway. But yeah, right, so let's have a go at doing a small area. Yeah, let's do it. Alright, so I have some neat PVA here, so I'm just going to try splodging a bit there. So it's still a little bit holy, this. I got my brush, it's the same brush I used for the to do the rest of it earlier, but okay, so we spread that around. Some soil. Okay. Too sure about how effective that is. Right, so now I'll mix up a couple of other colours and see what we can do with that. Right, so I've now added a bit of blended turf earth blend, which is starting to look alright. So what else can I add? Maybe a little sprinkle of this darker red stuff. Just gonna put a pinch of this around. Okay, well, doesn't look too bad. Right, let's have a go with the static grass. I'll get it set up and I will come back. Right, the static grass machine I'm using is the Take Cover Terrain, and the model numbers on there. I think this was bought. It might have been off eBay. It was about 20 quid, something like that. You can make them yourself. This has clearly been made from a fly swatter, but for ease and hassle-free use, I just opted to buy one. So there's the pot on the end. I've put a small selection in there. Haven't put too much in. I've mixed a few different ones together, just to see how it works. And I will have a go. I'm going to put a bit more glue down and then I'll come back. Right, so there's a bit more glue down. Might have put a bit too much down, got a little bit on the track, but hey ho. Right, so I've got to find something to stick into it. Right, let's see how well this works. So I've just stuck that in. That's how we go. Okay, so I've gone through all of that. Doesn't look too staticky. Let's have a closer look. Right, so on closer look, it's probably quite hard to see on the camera. It doesn't look too bad. I think it probably do with some slightly darker bits in it, which I'll do now, but on the whole, it's not too bad. So I think I might use a bit more of this sort of red colour stuff that I use earlier. So where we've got a bit of green, or a bit of the glue still showing, let's just sprinkle a little bit of that. I don't think that's a bad first attempt. Right. So there we go. It goes quite a long way, this stuff, so I've probably got enough to do all of that. Kind of wish I had some slightly different tones, different colour blends and things like that. Yeah. Well, let's carry on and do a little bit more. Right, so I've now done the corner piece. So this was the first bit I've done just here, so I've added onto it by doing some of this. So I've put some coarse turf in there so it looks like a deep dark hole. I might fill it with water or have a stream running into that or something like that. But yeah, I'm relatively pleased with it. The staticness seems to work okay. Well, there we go. Might add some bushes and things like that. Let's have a little go at that. And there we have it. Got some bushes added on it. Just waiting for the glue to dry. But just a finishing touch. A Land Rover. In all seriousness, I'll do a little bit more work to this. This is my first ever proper attempt at scenery and static grass and things like that. So I will do a bit more work on this in the future. I'll probably carry on experimenting, going along, doing the rest of it, and then I'll hopefully get a bit more of a feel for it, and I'll come back to this bit and do a little bit more detailing, add a bit more slightly better effects to it, I guess. But anyway, yeah, it's doesn't look too bad. So as always, don't take this as it's any kind of tutorial, because it's not. It's just me doing what I think I should do. I'm going to go and carry on watching some more static grass videos and get some more tips and things like that off some of you other experts. But for now, that's me done. So you can click the top link if you want to see the previous video, or you can click the bottom link if you'd like to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and thanks so much for subscribing, everybody. Thank you. Bye bye.